Hey everybody, Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
We've just completed almost another month since our last video blog, and so we wanted to give everybody some updates about how we have been and what has been going on here in
Yeah.
Cambridge. Last week I got to teach Ecclesiastes for the SBS here, which was awesome.
Mhm.
We had a speaker that wasn't able to come in who had originally planned on coming, and so the books for that week, all the wisdom literature got divvied up for the staff. And so it was really a great experience to be able to teach the book of Ecclesiastes. I was so privileged. It's one I've wanted to teach for quite a while because I felt like I didn't have a grasp on the book. And after preparing it and spending a lot of time in it, soaking over the text and reading a lot of background and dictionaries on it and stuff like that, I felt like I had a good handle on the book. And so got to teach it and just present the perspective of fear of the Lord really heavily. And it was probably one of my favorite teachings I've ever done. The Lord really moved in people's hearts, really helped them to see the book better and to capture the idea of the book, which a lot of people were confused by it or didn't really understand what was going on. And so I think I'll just share a little bit about it with you. The One of the main ideas of the book is that everything is vanity, and everything that we do under the sun is vanity. And under the sun has been viewed as this idea of a separation from the perspective of God, not a heavenly perspective, an earthly perspective. And when we have heaven's perspective, life is not vain or meaningless or lacking of joy. And that's what you find in these, like, there's like these pinholes, glimpses of light through the darkness of what it seems of Ecclesiastes. And there's these pinholes of light that pop through of we should take joy in the things that we do, that life is a gift from God, and all of these things. And that's really being able to highlight that and bring that out to say, hey, like all these things are vain, but at the end of the day, it's all about loving God. It's all about fearing the Lord and worshiping Him and treating the life that He has given us as a gift. And so that was such a blessing. I've been also preparing the book of John that I'm going to be teaching here in just about a month, and have just been poring over that book. Yeah, so I'll be at a base a couple hours north of here called King's Lodge, and have been really mulling over that book a ton and soaking it in. And one of the ways that the Gospels are often presented is in the ways that Jesus is conveyed in the Gospels. In Matthew, he's the King of the Jews. In Mark, he's the suffering servant. In Luke, he's the Son of Man. And in John, he's the Son of God. And that's usually the way that those four Gospels are presented. How are they unique? Well, that's one of the ways that they're unique amongst each other. And the Gospel of John's been painted so much in this light of Jesus, the Son of God. While, as I've been going through it and reading through it, really it just focuses so much on the Passover story and the Exodus from Israel and the next great Exodus that Jesus brings. And He is the Lamb, the sacrificial Lamb. And there's just so many allusions all throughout the text to Him being these things. And what's just been striking to me is all of these connections across the Old Testament, because the gospel just directly connects into the Old Testament. And how all of these stories flow together, John just kind of unlocks all of them and connects all these pieces. And I don't have the time to expound upon these things, but it's been such a joy in seeing how John presents Jesus as this really the fulfillment to the story of Israel. And it's just been a tremendous joy preparing this book. I mean, Miji can testify to the fact of just enjoying prepping it. And so yeah, it's been great. I'm looking forward to teaching that, being able to pour out everything I've been learning. But I'll let Miji share a little bit about the SBS here.
Yeah, so yeah, we've done wisdom literature, and now we're in prophet. But yeah, Ecclesiastes was a very impactful book that I had such a hard time to understand what the book really means. But now that we know that it's all about fear of the Lord and love, yeah, it's just loving what God loves and then hate what God hates, and align it with our heart, with His heart, and to see things and to do things that He loves and doesn't do things that He hates in His eyes. And so that's the fear of the Lord. So in the Bible that I've been studying Bible for like almost like now almost half 3 months. And then like most of the consistent theme is fearing the Lord. And I feel like this time through Ecclesiastes and Proverbs and that I really see like practically how to fear the Lord in many ways in my life. So it's been such a blessing to be a part of the journey. And also yesterday we went out to Cambridge downtown to share the gospel with people,
Mm.
and it was such a great time that we got to talk to a few people, and I had a good just discussion. People are having like twisted kind of perspective about the world and about God, and that's just like exactly Ecclesiastes. You know, people under the sun, under or with a worldly perspective, they feel like they're lost. They don't know their purpose of their life, or they haven't even thought about where they're spending their eternity after they die, or if they die today. You know, so we got to talk to people, and yeah, it was really nice to give them the Bible and give them tracts. And so yeah, that had been really great time to share gospel with people, not only just to studying but to give it out. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. A couple of people got encountered by the
Saved,
Lord
yeah.
yesterday and gave their lives to Jesus, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Such a great experience getting to see those things happen on the streets of Cambridge. And that's us right now. That's all that has been going on. A lot more has been happening, but that's just a little summary for you guys. If you would like to sow into the ministry here and what we're doing, any school fees and staff fees for the next quarter, that would be a tremendous blessing for us. You can find that on a link for how to give on our blog, which is connected in the description of this video. So thank you so much for all of your prayers and your support, and may you all be blessed. Bye-bye.